Hello and welcome to Incredible Achievers, Brands and Leaders only on ET Now, the series that meets inspiring leaders from India Inc. and brings you their stories of success of brands that have taken the Indian market by storm. A home to live in and call your own. That's a dream that most urban Indians have today. So on this episode, we're exploring the journey of a brand that's turning this dream into reality. This real estate brand has been offering world-class homes for almost 2 decades now and is still driven by the core values of customer trust and transparency. Here's the inspiring growth story of Shriram Properties from Bengaluru. A rapidly growing economy has been changing the conventional face of India, leading to increased urbanization and rising demand for affordable living spaces. With an aim to ride this upsurge and fulfill the dreams of consumers, Bengaluru-based financial giant Shriram Group established its realty arm Shriram Properties in 1997. A Harvard alumnus, Managing Director M. Murali took over the reins of the company at the young age of 28. His dynamic leadership has been instrumental in making Shriram Properties a renowned real estate brand across 9 Indian cities today. Shriram Group started out over 4 decades ago in the financial services space. So when and how did real estate happen?
When I was in L&T, I was interacting with some of the Shriram Group people for taking out some of their lands for development. That was the first meeting point. It was one Mr. Vaidyanathan, whom I have been interacting. After about 3-4 interactions, suddenly he proposed, why don't you come in and join us as CEO and develop this as a separate business unit. I think it was in the year 1997. Then he arranged a meeting with Mr. Tyagarajan, chairman of Shriram Group. Then this proposal got into some shape.
Did you always want to be an entrepreneur?
I got into entrepreneurship at a very young age. When I was 21, I got into immediately after the college. I was in PWD for a year and a half. Then I got into some kind of entrepreneurship with support from one of my father's friend in Chennai. He pushed me to entrepreneurship, which I enjoyed. Probably, L&T was a break. I was a bit of a professional at that point of time. When Shriram Group, this offer came up when Mr. Tyagarajan suggested this, I could not resist. So probably thought this is where I belong to.
So the real estate business is very competitive and it's often in the limelight for unethical business practices. How does the Shriram Group, how does Shriram Properties differentiate itself from the others and sort of win the trust of customers?
On Bangalore was filled with too much of good quality players and good competition. It was good. Well, it was good for a new player. It was not all that good news. How do you create differentiation? How do you create a mark for yourself? That is where this ethical practice and the trust, transparency came into play. We thought this is what we need to look at. The transparency or trust or governance, this is what we thought we should create. So right from the day one, it is not, CFDI came into India in the year 2005. But I'm talking about 97 when we launched the projects, when we started real estate business for Shriram Group. We were very, very clear. Governance is the major area we should focus. Transparency and the ethical practice. That has helped us to take strong position in a highly competitive market. Probably if someone comes in today with these principles, I'm sure they have a good role to play is my view.
How challenging was it to break the southern market back in the 90s?
It was not easy. It was a very difficult choice because there were a lot of quality players. Before 2005, though market has seen ups and downs, but all the time it remained as a seller's market. That has helped us. We turned that situation and created a position, it can be a buyer's market. You can say that it is a disadvantageous position for a businessman, but we always wanted that way. So we changed that seller's market into buyer's market and treated as if it's buyer's market and went all out to support our customers and gave all that whatever the customer could look for or have been waiting for 30 years.
Today, what is the reach and spread of Shriram properties like? How many million square feet have you delivered, and what are your plans in the next couple of years?
We have delivered about 15 million square feet so far across various cities, mostly southern India. It's across Chennai, Bangalore, Vizag, Coimbatore at this point of time. Currently we have about 18 million square feet under construction, again across these cities. We have another 57 million square feet in our portfolio. Apart from the cities I mentioned, we have projects in Hyderabad and Calcutta today.
You've always strongly focused on the mid-market segment. Why is that, and are you planning to explore more in luxury or in the affordable housing space?
As a businessman, we chose we should be in the mid-market segment where your margins are not under threat all the time. At the same time, it is reasonable. And there is also a continuing demand for a longer period. Whereas if you move one level below affordable housing and another level below economically weaker section, the demand is huge. If the whole country wakes up, probably it could take 15 years to meet the current demand. But Prime Minister has set a very high target. I'm sure with the government's execution capability, they'll be able to meet that. But the whole country has to wake up to reach this level. But we have chosen to be not to be in that economically weaker section and affordable housing because of the margins are under always threat. Various other reasons. Your infrastructure cost and your cost is not meeting your, but demand is good. In the luxury segment, the margin seemed to be better, but it has got all the ups and downs. We need to, hence we chose to focus on mid-market segment where there is a growing demand.
You're looking at raising about 1,000 crores of private equity funding this year. How are you going to utilize these funds?
Raising money today, I don't think it's a major issue for us today. Just 1,000 crores is just a number. We could raise much more than that, but we don't want to do it because at the end of the day, we don't want to put in this money in wrong places. We are looking at growing into southern markets where we are operating today in Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Vizag and Coimbatore. So we'll be investing into this. All the existing projects are well capitalized. Hence the new money will not be required to go there. The new money will be invested into new projects which are going to be identified. Majority in the southern markets.
You're also looking to enter the financial capital Mumbai. Any other plans with any other metros? What are the strategic alliances that are coming up?
At this point of time, apart from Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Vizag, Coimbatore and Calcutta, we are looking at entering Bombay. It's in the very initial stages. There is no big plan. As I said, we'll be looking at project with absolute clarity. We will not enter into a project where there are issues. So Bombay is one area. India, if you look at real estate, can be majority coming from these 9 cities. In Delhi there are 3 cities. In western part of India it's Bombay and Pune. Eastern part Calcutta. Southern part it's between Bangalore, Chennai and Hyderabad. About 75% of the real estate comes out of these 9 cities. Hence there is a scope for you to do everywhere.
The Prime Minister has also been talking of establishing 100 smart cities across India. How is Shriram Properties planning to contribute to that vision?
Smart city, there has to be a right concept. We are looking at exploring the possibility. We have some large traction of land. In Calcutta we got about 400 acres land. We are looking at doing one smart city there. Most of our projects, if you look at, I would say smart projects. So whatever the technology we talk about it, all that is there. And the facilities and the infrastructure what we created, they will be made smarter. All our customers, we ensure they become smarter. We are also looking at contributing, probably out of these 100 cities, I don't know. Once the policy is out, we will know what is going to be the private sector participation. If there is I wish there is a private sector participation. We will be keen to participate in maybe 2 or 3 smart cities and look at how we can contribute to this Prime Minister's dream.
What's the ratio of your housing to commercial projects, and how much of a focus are you likely to have on commercial projects in the near future?
In our portfolio, we've got about 20% commercial, 80% is residential. Again, in 80%, We got mid-market about 80%, 20% on luxury and affordable. Commercial, there have been ups and downs. We will maintain about 20% in that in our growth. We will continue to maintain that. We don't find big reason that 20% to go up at this point of time. So we'll maintain there.
You work with a diverse range of investors, both domestic and international. When it comes to choosing the right partners, what is your strategy?
Just because somebody is willing to give you money, we don't take. We also, like they do their due diligence, we also do their due diligence and look at whether he's the right partner to partner with. Only and whether he is subscribing to the values what we practice. That's another very important one. See, a lot of funds could be made available. Okay, you do this kind of project, that kind of project, which can potentially give you so much return, even at the cost of compromising values. We don't want. We have been very clear upfront with all our investors. Only these are all the values we'll practice.
Shriram Properties has redefined the concept of economical, green and serene infrastructure, offering relaxing and eco-friendly living spaces since inception. For its responsible approach, this leading property brand has been awarded the Best Developer in Southern Region by ASSOCHAM for the second consecutive year. Do you find consumers willing to pay an extra premium for an eco-friendly building today?
They are not willing to pay a premium at this point of time. Again, it's a mindset. It has to change. There are two ways. See, if they have surplus funds in their disposal, at their disposal, I'm sure they'll be willing to pay at that point of time. Today, that surplus fund is not available to the majority community. Hence, expecting them to pay a premium is not possible. Having said that, but you have the responsibility as a leading corporate or as a leader in the industry, we have the responsibility to cut down your margin to that extent and produce that. It pays us in long term. So when the market is not doing well, probably you may not get the premium, but customers will be with you.
What sort of marketing and promotional activity do you take up for Shriram Properties?
We only look at our project design. The moment we choose the land or we design the product in that, we do a lot of local survey. Who will come and live there? First step. Who are our target audience? Second, you choose yourself or one of your close blood relative. If he is going to live or if she is going to go and live there, what all she will expect? Provide that in the product. Then reach out to our community. Then things become successful. We don't believe in making huge advertisements and creating a huge buzz around. But if you take care of the community there, it pays you well.
What sort of technology solutions are you offering at your projects?
You want to have a control on entire house, whether right from your entrance door to your kitchen or appliances or anything. You want to control, you can control one. The second one is security systems. Gardens are under watch. Your children can play around comfortably in the complex. Entry, exit, everything there is technology is playing a major role. Apart from that, on the construction, we have been using conventional, instead of conventional formwork, we have been using aluminum formwork through Maiwan, which has changed dramatically. Now the quality has been perfect in terms of structure, whatever the finishes and timeline. What we have been doing for 3 years project, now we have been able to cut down the time by at least 9 months time today. The only is structural part has become more stable today. Then quality finishes have been much better, and timeline we save. Cost, there is a slight increase, but in long term that cost becomes very insignificant.
A clean and clear land bank is perhaps one of the biggest assets of any real estate firm. How do you ensure that?
We got in-house legal team, very strong, and we hire various other agencies. But as a practice, we don't get into land aggregation. See, land aggregation is another art. I'm not against that, but we don't have that. We lack that capability, fortunately. Hence, we did not know how to do it. So land aggregation is somebody else's job. The moment land is fully aggregated, probably sometimes you end up paying premium for that. Doesn't matter. But we know that, okay, even if you pay a premium, but you get a clean land. So right from the day one, we are very clear that we will not get into a land where there is an issue. Only if it is clean, we'll get into it. Again, this is one value or technique what we practiced way back in 97-98, which has helped us to differentiate from others. We always believed if there is a defect in product, you can rectify. If there is a defect in title, you cannot rectify.
So from here on, what's your vision for Shriram Properties? Where do you want to take it?
We'll continue to be the most transparent, with a good governance, ethical, value-based organization. That will be the biggest challenge also. How do we sustain as we grow? From here, when I grow 3 times in the next 4 to 5 years time, how do we sustain that? So that will be my personal goal, to ensure that we do not compromise on any of this. Growth today in our country is no-brainer. You want to grow 30% year on year, you can grow. You want to grow 50% year on year, you can grow. You want to grow 100% year on year, you can grow. Can you match with that? Can you do the execution properly? Is a challenge. Execution is a big challenge. Coupled with execution without compromising the values is another bigger challenge.
With the evolution of business practices in India's real estate market, Shriram Properties has set its benchmark high with superior quality and value for money projects. The sprawling Shriram Gateway Special Economic Zone and Integrated Development Project at Chennai is today delighting consumers with happy homes and spacious IT offices. Banking on values of trust, transparency and governance, this renowned real estate giant believes in offering homes that live in you. Value for money and a strong focus on the mid-market segment. Those are the success mantras followed by Shriram Properties. Let's take a short break at this point. On the other side, we'll explore the growth strategies of the company and find out all about its strong alliances with domestic as well as foreign investors. Stay with us on ET Now. Welcome back to Incredible Achievers, Brands and Leaders only on ET Now. On today's episode, we're exploring the inspiring growth story of Bengaluru-based Shriram Properties. Now, the real estate sector is a highly capital-intensive one and is hugely dependent on large-scale investments for growth. Let's take a look at how Shriram Properties has been attracting various domestic as well as international investors over the years. Shriram Properties has attracted investments from major global players thanks to its clear vision. And the downpour of foreign investments has only made the company uphold its uncompromising values and put in place a stringent due diligence criteria for partnering with investors. Yours is one of the few real estate companies that has such a large percentage of FDI. Has that always been the strategy of Shriram Properties?
It has grown with the partners. It has a very small investment base to start with, and whatever Shriram Group today is because of the partners. It is always our endeavor to encourage partners, bring more partners inside, and we are very happy to share our profits with the partners. That has always been the strategy with respect to the group as well as to the company. So it was a very conscious decision that what happened, we will that is one of the way where base capital is low. One of the way we can grow is to bring in more partners, more investment into the company. That is how we grew also. From wherever we have started and where we are today, the whole growth came because of the partners.
You have strategic alliances with a number of players, both domestic and international. Which are your key partnerships?
The growth came from the first investment from Walton Street and Starwood. 2007, I mean, it was one of the bigger investment in the FDI. They brought in 304 crores. That was in that period, it was one of the larger investment. Then TPG came. Recently, Tata's came. For Tata, it is not their money. It is the FDI investment money which they are managing. They have invested with us. That is only one very proud moment for us. When Tata's, they have their own reality division, still they came and invested with us.
Going forward, what's your message to the government? What are your expectations from the new government?
This particular industry is one of the basic need, it satisfies one of the basic need of the people. So the encouraging this industry is a must for the government. It is one of its social responsibility. So give a industry status, ease investment climate, ease lending climate. We are not asking for a lot of concessions. We are only asking for what is due to us. So if that is provided to us, this industry will automatically grow well.
How challenging is it to work in the real estate sector?
It's very challenging because there are very few corporates in real estate. There are only 4 or 5 which we are really corporate. It's the professionalism is something which is slowly coming. It has after the FDI investments came, it has gone into a long way in professionalism. But before that, if you look at prior to 2006, it's all individual companies. Individuals were running the company. Professionalism was not there. Perhaps we are one of the few which is fully a board-run company. You may be aware that Shriram Properties, more than 60% of the shares are held by foreigners, and it is an FDI compliant company, and it is a board-run company. And board also, it is more outsiders than the group itself.
What sort of steps do you take to especially win customer trust?
You see, it's our attitude towards customers. We are very customer friendly. We try to understand the customer need, try to address the most important aspect of this one is creating trust. They should start trusting us, because most of the people is one of the most important investments in their life. So we are aware as well as we are sensitive to that, and what we try to deliver is to stand up to the trust as well as deliver a product which gives them value.
And is there a customer grievance redressal mechanism in place?
It is an ongoing process with us. We try to meet almost all the customer grievances. Almost every time our endeavor is to address and satisfy them.
Shriram Properties has brought smiles to a large number of families, delivering nearly 5,500 happy homes till date. Its on-time delivery of residences, dedicated customer service and state-of-the-art facilities make the company a much sought-after brand.
In August 2009, after seeing all the product, my mind is stuck here in Shriram because of the space they have given, the quality they have given. I liked it so much, and I booked within 2 days.
I have seen so many builders here, so many apartments here to buy before that. Then I have chosen Shriram since the quality is best, I heard. Okay, and I am feeling that now. Okay, the quality is best and the service is best again.
See, certainly the delivery of time will be invariably with all the promoters, there will be a delay. But is the delay within the tolerance limit is the question. And in case of Shriram, it is much lesser than the tolerance limit. And whatever they promised, they could meet that expectation and place it for us.
Shriram Properties started its journey in the late 1990s with just 2.5 crore rupees of investment. In the last 18 years, the company has accomplished phenomenal growth and today boasts of being a multi-crore company with a business of nearly 25,000 crore rupees. After establishing a strong foothold across various cities in southern India, Shriram Properties is now eyeing Mumbai as its next key market, hoping to triple its growth in the next couple of years. So that was the inspiring journey of Shriram Properties from Bengaluru that has successfully carved a niche for itself in the highly competitive Indian real estate market. That's all we have on today's episode. Join us again next time as we bring to you the success story of yet another incredible brand of India and make you meet the men and women behind it. Till then, it's goodbye.